Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 85. I am so happy to see you here. And I would love to know you. So, who all are tuning in, which part of the world you are tuning in from. And are you joining us for the very first time, or have you been here before? So, yeah, I would love to, get to know you in the comment section. Okay, I see some new people joining here. So, yeah, I have just invited you all to share with me, are you joining us for the very first time? Have you been here before? And which part of the world you are from? Hi, Leslie. It's so lovely to see you here. Leslie says, "Good morning, Anisha. Happy anniversary." Thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you. Thank you, really means a lot. Okay, so I see that some people are here to simply observe and listen, and that's okay. oh, that's so sweet of you, Leslie. Yeah, I really wanted you and everyone, who I have been in contact with here today because it would make this live extra special. Hi Dee, welcome. Dee says, "Hello Anisha, big congrats on your milestone. I have popped in before and really appreciated your energy." Thank you, Dee, for joining us again back. I so appreciate you coming back and sharing your time with me. And anyone who don't know, Dee is another fellow teacher on Insight Timer, a wonderful one. Hmm. I'm talking about teachers. Caitlin also dropped in. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. Hi. So happy to see you here. Okay, so yeah, so let me take a sip and then we can begin the live. Hi, Sarah. Good morning. And thank you so much. Thank you. Glad to have you as a part of the celebration. Each one of you. Okay, so now we have some regular people and I think some new ones also. So let me tell you what we do in these lives very briefly and then we can begin. Okay. So Sarah says glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Okay, so what we do in these lives is we usually start with a meditation to open ourselves, to raise our vibrations so that we can receive that higher wisdom. And once we are more settled, grounded, and all of that, then after the meditation, we move on to the next part, which involves fun and wisdom. So, yeah, the next part involves spinning the wheel of wisdom. That's why the name Wheel of Wisdom. And, the universe, divine, source, spirit, God, whatever you believe in, chooses a book for us from that wheel to do a reading from. And then I ask you guys to choose some numbers. So, when you share your numbers, I choose a number intuitively out of those numbers. And we read the highlighted paragraph from that page because as I was reading some of these books, I highlighted, the inspiring, passages or transformative exercises from these books. So, yeah, so we tap into that message, tap into that wisdom that wanted to come through. And in today's live, we are going to do something special, which I'm going to reveal when we get there. So, since this is a celebration, it is meant to be special. So, yeah, I have added another element to it. Okay, so are you guys ready to, begin with the first part of this live, which is meditation? Type ready in the comments if you are ready. And it is going to be approximately 10-minute meditation. Hmm. Okay. Leslie is ready, Mimi is ready, Caitlin is ready. Beautiful, wonderful. Okay. So now that you guys are settled, Sarah is ready as well. Beautiful. Okay, let me adjust my mic. Mm. Okay, yeah. So begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. If you feel safe, allow your eyes to close, or alternatively, you can choose to lower your gaze, looking downward. And as you settle into your body, allow your breath to slow down. You don't need to force anything. Bring your awareness to your breath, noticing the air flowing in and out. And with every exhale, soften a little bit more. So letting your shoulders drop, your jaw relaxed, and your hands resting wherever it is most comfortable for you. And now bring your awareness to your heart, not just the physical heart, but the center of your care and love, the place that feels deeply, that hopes and wants to give something beautiful to the world. There is a light, your light. It may not always feel big or bright, but it is steady and alive within you. So, feeling the warmth of that light, of your light, and remember all those times, all those moments when your heart said to speak, to act, or to share your gifts, but fear pulled you back. Remember every time you had a meaningful idea, but you kept it inside, unsure that it mattered. Or perhaps the times when you created something, but then immediately questioned its worth or second guessed yourself. Every time you wanted to help someone in need, but you were worried that you weren't qualified, that you don't have it in you. Every time you felt the urge to step forward and then hesitated, afraid of being too much or not enough. Every time that your heart nudged you to try, but that inner voice whispered that what if I mess up or I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, someone else does it better than me, or who am I to do this, to offer something. So remember all those times when the fear or the doubt stopped you from sharing your offerings or gifts. And know that this doubt doesn't mean that your gifts weren't enough. It just means that it matters to you deeply, that you care about it. But what matters more is that you don't hide your light, that you keep showing up even with the doubt. So, from this light within your heart, imagine a ripple forming like a single drop falling into still water. So, see the ripples forming in the slide as graceful rings expanding outward. Expanding far and far away into the infinity. And each ripple carries something real, your kindness, your effort, your words, your intentions, your very being. Each ripple carries the essence of who you are, not just what you do, not how polished are your words, and not how perfect your work seems. Just you, the sincere, the imperfect, human. As you see these ripples expanding and flowing outward, you may not know where your ripples are going to reach. You may never see what it touches, but still you know that these ripples moves and they touches and they matter. So feel the quiet power in that there is impact without applause. There is meaning even without any proof. Let the ripples carry your gift and let life decide where it lands. Trust that life carries your offerings to places that your mind can't track. You don't need to know where each ripple goes. You don't need to witness every flower that blooms from the seed that you plant. Some of the greatest impact that you can ever make will happen quietly in the rooms that you will never walk into, in the hearts of people that you will never meet. So, as this truth lands within you, allow yourself to repeat the following affirmation silently. So, you can either choose to repeat them silently in your mind or out loud. Every offering from my heart creates a ripple beyond what I can see. Every offering from my heart creates a ripple beyond what I can see. One last time, every offering from my heart creates a ripple beyond what I can see. So, as we reach the end of this meditation, carry forward this connection with the light within you and the image of the impact that the ripples from your light can make. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Even you don't have to be certain about your path. You just have to be you. So allow yourself to take a deep breath in, soaking in this practice and the learnings or the remembrance from this practice. And with the exhale, letting go of anything, any fear or doubts that you no longer need. So, breathing in trust in your own light and the impact of it. And with the exhale, letting go of any fear, doubt, or the need to prove yourself. anything that you no longer need. And whenever you feel ready, bringing small movement to your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers, connecting with your whole body, and finally opening your eyes, coming back to the space around you. Welcome back. I see that some new people have joined us while we were meditating. So I want to let you know that in case you missed the meditation, then this live is getting recorded and you can check out the replays by going to the About section in my profile. So there is a link tree there, and in that you will find Wheel of Wisdom replays. And and also that this is not the whole live, so we are not done with the live. Instead, we are just starting, and we have covered just one element or segment of this live, and a lot more fun and wisdom is waiting for you. So stay tuned. And those of you who did meditated with me, if you feel called to, I would love to hear about your experience of the meditation. And if you don't feel like typing, you can always just press the heart somewhere here to let me know that the meditation resonated with you. And if you like this practice and if you would like to, check out more of my meditations, then you can do so by, checking out my profile, as I already have a lot of free tracks there. So I have around 44 or something free tracks on my profile. And yeah, and a lot more are coming because each meditation that we do in these lives. So I have recorded that meditation, and those meditations are now getting published on Insight Timer as a free track. So yeah, around 80 more meditations to come. So if you don't want to miss out on them, you can follow me to get notified when they get released. Okay. So let me go through the comments before we move on to some more wisdom and fun. Okay, so let's see. Um, oh, Blossom tuned in. Blossom said, "Hi, Anisha. Came to say a huge congratulations on your 100th anniversary live. Woohoo. You are amazing. Sorry I can't stay. It's bedtime. Have a great day to you and everyone. Bye." Uh, I am really happy to hear that. I think, yeah, Blossom might have left the chat, but she is the teacher who helped me, with my first live when I was nervous and when I was having like all those technical issues and stuff. So yeah, I'm happy that, it means a lot that she tuned in and left this message. Okay. So now time for more fun. Time for fun and wisdom. So let me show you guys the wheel of wisdom. And hmm, okay, Leslie says, interestingly, I did a meditation earlier that focused on breaking out of your comfort zone. Kind of related here. I am glad, Leslie, that, the flow continued and you are receiving more of what you need, at this point in your life. And yeah, this meditation was kind of like, I think of it like kind of a support for someone who is doubting themselves. If you want to do something, share something, um, and you're like, I'm not enough, I don't have those capabilities, and all of those doubts comes up, then I wanted to give you all something that helped me with, that kind of imposter syndrome. Um, so yeah, when I was feeling like I'm not enough or what I have to offer is not that meaningful or it doesn't matter, then, this thought really helped me that I may never know who it might touch. I may never know that who might need to hear what I'm going to say or who would just want that reminder. And it's my kind of responsibility to share what I can and leave the rest up to universe or life to make that message reach the right person. And that's the kind of essence that I wanted to bring into this meditation that we just did. So I hope that in case you're doubting yourself or having a hard time taking action towards something you want to create, express, share in the world, then this meditation, brings that support to you. Leslie says the universe seems to be telling me something. Yeah, and I hope that if the message is not clearer, then it becomes clear as we go through this live. Okay, so for anyone who is joining the live, this, live event for the first time, let me introduce to you the Wheel of Wisdom. So, this is our Wheel of Wisdom, and this wheel contains the name of 31 books that have been randomly selected out of the many books that I've read in the past 8 years. And hmm, and the reason, so since this is we are completing 100th live, I feel like sharing the reason why I started doing this before we spin the wheel. So, yeah, so, when I started publishing or when I started, sharing my offerings on Insight Timer, my content on Insight Timer, I I never thought of myself as a creative person or like, someone, yeah, the creative person sums it. Yeah, and when I started doing that, I noticed that the ideas, seems to like, dropped into my mind like that. So like I'm taking a shower, I'm doing some household chore or something like that. And then I this idea dropped in. Then this comes in, the inspiration comes in, then things happens like that. So, I felt like, whatever I was creating wasn't just me. It's it was not coming from this small separate mind of mine. It was coming from something larger. And then I thought of, all the books that I've read. Like I love reading. So I have read a lot of books. And yeah, and when I thought about it, I thought that just like me, with those authors of those amazing books, the ideas might have dropped, the inspiration might have, sparked, and then they weave around it, they weave the content around it. So, I thought that why not like share it? Like, just share the bits and pieces from those and let the universe choose what wants to come through in this moment. Because even if you are like me and you like reading books, then what happens is usually we forget. Like once we read a book, once we complete it, once we close it, it rests on our shelf and we never revisit it. No matter how wonderful a book is, maybe you might have revisited your favorite, 3 or 4 books, but the rest, even if they were impactful, we never revisit them. So I thought that why not, create such a space where that message, where that piece of wisdom, appears in relation to whoever all are present in that space, and whatever they need to hear, whatever they need to be reminded of. Because I believe that there is nothing to learn. All we need is just a reminder. We already know everything, not the separate you, but the you, the bigger, the endless and infinite you. It has everything it needs. It knows everything. It wants to know, it needs. And all we need is a reminder at the right time, at the right point in our life. So that was my kind of intention behind this creating this space or hosting this live. And now that you have patiently listened to me sharing my why behind this, hmm, let's now, actually spin the wheel. Okay, so take a moment to bring to your mind if there is anything specific on which you would like some guidance today. It can be a specific issue, a specific area of your life in which you would like some clarity or direction, or you know, simply just set an intention to receive some general guidance for today. So once you have done so, let me know by pressing the heart and then we can spin the wheel. Leslie says, was there a particular light bulb moment? Hmm. Yeah, so I don't remember what I was doing, but that was the light bulb moment, this intention that I'm sharing. That just came to me. Yeah, I started this in January of this year, and yeah, I don't remember the very specifics. Maybe I should have journaled about it. But yeah, I just opened my notes from wherever my notes from these books are stored. And I was just doing something and I just saw them and I was like, I just saw them and I just went about my day and then something landed. So I don't remember the very specific moment. But yeah, thank you, Leslie, for showing interest. But yeah, because of my not so very good memory, I don't remember the specific moment. Okay, guys, so have you thought of something? You can press the heart to let me know so that we can spin the wheel. Have you thought of something or set an intention to receive so that we can begin with the wheel? Caitlin says, it was a great share. Thanks for the background. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much. I am glad hmm, that you liked that. Okay, so Caitlin is open to the wheels and we have some hearts as well. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through. So holding whatever it is in your mind, whatever the thing that you need guidance on. Okay, so the book that came up for us is Change Your Life in 7 Days by Paul McKenna. Hmm, a very big promise. Okay, so let's see what this book wants to offer and what change does this book wants to bring in our life. So, so for this book, so these are my notes from this book. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to scroll through the pages of this book and see, and I'm going to firstly I'm going to set an intention for all of us. Then I'm going to close my eyes scroll through the pages of the book, and stop at a section that I feel like this is something that we all need to hear. So let's begin. Okay. So what I'm saying right now is like a big park surrounded by huge trees. And in the middle of it is kind of like a kid's pool in the shape of a heart filled with water, and a child is playing there. So I hope that whatever comes from this reading helps you feel connected to that inner child of you that laughs, that have fun, and that soaks in the surrounding beauty of nature, and that feels floated by life. So let's see what wants to come through. Okay, let's see. Interesting. So, so the heading or the subtitle that came for all of us is The Eyes of Love. So the author says the first step is, if it's appropriate, close your eyes and think of someone who loves or appreciates you. So think of a person who deeply appreciate you and love you. Remember how they look and imagine that they are standing in front of you now. So imagine them standing here in front of you. And now gently step out of your body and into the body of the person you love. Sorry, into the body of the person who loves you. So, stepping out of your body and entering the body of the person who loves you, who cares about you, and see through their eyes, hear through their ears, and feel the love and the good feelings they have as you look at yourself. So you are looking at your own self from within their body through their eyes. really notice in detail what it is that they love and appreciate about you. Recognize and acknowledge those amazing qualities that perhaps you hadn't appreciated about yourself until now. And finally, step back into your own body and take a moment to enjoy these good feelings of knowing that you are loved, that you are appreciated exactly as you are. So take a deep breath in and let go of this practice. And if you were able to practice it as I was reading this, you can share your experience with all of us that how does it feel like to be seen, to be heard, to be loved, and to be appreciated by the person that really cares about you? Because sometimes all we need is to feel seen and heard and feel loved just as we are. So, so yeah, and in case you were not able to do it now, I invite you to maybe you can catch on the replay or do from whatever you remember. Just practice this. Practice this at the time when you feel unlovable, when you feel low, when you feel not enough in some way. So, um, now would you guys like me to move on to the special element of this live? So, yeah, type ready if you are ready to move on to the next part of this live, the thing that I've never done before in this live. Okay, so Katrina is ready, and Caitlin says I would love to know what is next. Okay, wonderful. So, hmm. So the thing that is next, the special element is okay. So up until now in these Wheel of Wisdom series, what we have done is that we have spun the wheel to choose a book, right? And usually we get like messages or reminders, to yeah, and they are not so actionable. Although although today, what came up was quite actionable, like it was a practice, but usually a message or, usually a reminder comes up when we spin the wheel and, choose something. So, what I thought was to create another wheel of wisdom for you, but with a twist. So, give me a second. Yeah. So, I created this another wheel for you, and this is workbook edition. So, this wheel includes workbooks, so that you can take action, so that you can really bring that change into your life, because it doesn't come from just listening and going through with your life as you were going to, but it comes from applying the knowledge. It comes from taking action on the knowledge, and it doesn't have to be like a very big action, it can be like very small actions. So what I thought was to include the workbooks from like very different, like from different therapeutic approaches, that so some are from different therapeutic approaches, some are just simple workbooks, related to concept like self-compassion, or dealing with stress or anxiety or stuff like that. So yeah, so I clubbed together and put some of the workbooks in this 21 workbooks to be precise. And I thought, let's transform together, because because yeah, messages and reminders are amazing, but wouldn't it be amazing that instead of, when we're reading a book, there are a lot of things, or there are a lot of exercises or things that the author recommends, and sometimes we do it, and most of the times we just read through a book. But it would be amazing to have a space to, to take one action step at a time together as a whole, as a community, rather than just doing it at, alone and then dropping it all together. But each day taking an action step and changing little by little, 1% better, getting 1% better each day. So, so what do you guys think of this idea? Would you guys like me to, spin the wheel and see which workbook wants to come through? And we can do an exercise, an activity, a tool, apply a tool together, learn a tool, and if it really makes a difference, you can carry it into your life, and if not, then drop it. But at least you get to, grow together. Caitlin says, I am on board. Very cool idea. Woohoo. Okay, Caitlin is excited. Wonderful. So, hmm. Let's see what wants to come through, which workbook, which piece of action wants to, pop up in our life. Okay, Katrina is also on board with the idea. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Okay, so again, maybe, yeah, bringing to your mind anything specific that you would like to work upon in your life. So take a moment to think about anything specific, any issue you're facing, or any skill that you want to develop, any fears or blocks that are coming in your pathway. So think of something is that you need to work upon, that you would like to work upon today. And when you have thought of something, press the heart to let me know, heart might be somewhere here or below your comments. And once you let me know that you have thought of something, then we can spin the wheel and choose a workbook for us. Okay, we have some hearts. Wonderful. So let's see what wants to come through. Interesting. So the book that came up is based upon NLP, and the name of the workbook is The NLP Toolbox. So let's see. So NLP is a famous, coaching approach. And the full form of it is neuro linguistic programming. So let's see what, you know, technique or exercise wants to come up from this book. Give me a second to open the book. I am going to choose some page numbers for you guys, and then we can play a game. Okay, so just a second. Hmm, Okay. So, before I mention the numbers, for anyone who is joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that you don't need to rush at all in terms of choosing a number. Instead, I want you to take your time and choose a number that is popping up for you based on, when you tune into your intuition. So, see which number are you feeling called towards. And then you can share that in the comment because I'm not going to choose the top number. Instead, I'm going to go through all the numbers that you guys, share and choose a number that I feel called to. So in this way, we get to tune into both of our intuition. Okay. Renee has shared that yes, I want to spend more action on being creative and playing around at this little art area that I created. Ooh, wonderful. I am so happy. And it is so in alignment with, the vision that I got when I was setting intention, for the reading before that. Hmm. Having fun, connecting with your inner child, playing around. And yeah, I hope that, you know, maybe something in relation to that comes up. Let's see, Renee. Thank you so much for sharing that. I so appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Katrina, for choosing a number. And others, you guys can also choose a number and then we can begin. And if not, then we can go with Katrina's number. Thank you, Kenzie. Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome. So happy to see you here. Jacqueline says, hello, Anisha. Happy 100th live. Yay. Thank you, Jacqueline, for celebrating it with me and for your kind presence. And feel free to drop in a number as well if you feel called to, between 50 to 180, because we are today, doing something special. So instead of a book, we are using the wheel, we are asking the wheel to choose a workbook for us so that we can take action. Okay, wonderful. So now that we have some numbers, let's see what wants to come through. Okay. So before I mention the number, I want to let you all know, especially if you're joining for the very first time, that whoever number I choose is, it doesn't mean that activity is just for them. Instead, it since you're here, it was meant for all of us. Maybe it was something that you didn't knew you needed. So yeah, so with that said, the number that is coming up for me is 138, and the number has been chosen by Renee for all of us. Thank you, dear Renee, for choosing that number for us. And thank you so much, Jacqueline, for your kind donation. I so appreciate this, amazing gift from you. These donations are what, have helped me keep the space alive and show up. And my wish for you is that, this amazing energy of love and abundance that you're sending my way, Jacqueline, returns back to you multifold and in, magical ways. Oh, thank you so much for your support. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through from page number 138. Hmm. Okay, it is so very interesting. So, Renee, you will like it. Since you chose the number and it is interesting, it is something related to what you mentioned. So, the heading for this is humorizing slider. Okay, so that is the name of the technique from NLP. So, so the author asks us, think of a time you were having loads of fun. So try to bring to your mind a time when all of you, so think of a time, every single one of you present here. Think of a time when you were having a lot of fun, you were enjoying yourself, you were having the best of your time, you were laughing, whether you were by yourself or by the people, surrounding by the people that you love. So think of one instance that in which you felt a lot of fun, you were having a lot of fun. So try to remember the details of it. Where were you? Who all were around you? What were you doing at that moment? So trying to notice and arrive in that moment from your life where you had the most fun. So notice, what do you see? Notice, what do you hear? And notice, what part of it did you enjoy the most? What were you doing? And what part of it really made you feel fully satisfied, so happy, so joyful? And when you feel that feeling of enjoyment the most, take one of your hands and touch the top of your other arm. So maybe you can touch the shoulder and continue to imagine what brought you most enjoyment at that time. What filled your heart with joy and fun? And as you amplify the feelings of fun, make the colors of the scenario and the sounds in this moment more brighter. So, making the colors in this memory more and more brighter. Everything around you in this memory is glowing, sparkling, and the sounds are becoming more melodious. And once you feel fully connected with this feeling of fun and this amazing memory, slide your hand down towards your hand. So slide the hand from your shoulders down to that other hand and see yourself in the picture like a movie at the beginning. So imagine you going back to that memory at the beginning, and that is playing as a picture, as a movie for you. So again, move your hand to your shoulders and just slide the hand down as you see this movie unfold. Reliving that moment. And once you reach your hand, connect to your heart and your whole body and notice how you feel, how it feels like to savor that moment, to relive that moment of fun from your life. Do you notice yourself smiling or your heart feeling a little bit warmer or lighter? And when you are ready, take a deep breath and let go of your hand and the practice. So, so this is, kind of like anchoring a memory in a part of our body. So if you practice this a lot, so if you would like to feel more happy or to connect with that feeling of fun, you can do this practice again and again, and just placing your hand on that same part like your shoulder and rewatching that memory again as you slide your, hand down to your like other hand's bottom. And in this way, the spot would become associated with, fun, with happiness, with that feeling that you feel when you were, living those moments. And then whenever you need it, whenever you, for example, for you, like, let's see. Yeah, so like you were like, I want to spend some more time in that little art area. So, whenever you reach that place, you can just touch your shoulder and those feelings would start to come up, that your heart would start to feel warmer or your heart would start to feel lighter. And, the momentum would build and then you can create more memories or add to it. And this works for like a lot of different feelings. For example, if you want confidence, so you can replace fun with confidence and think of like a moment from your life when you did acted confidently, when you did showed confidence or you appeared confident to others, even if whatever was happening inside of you. And you can, imagine that whole scenario with a part of your body that is easy to access or touch, like your little finger, for example, holding your little finger. So, whenever you feel the peak of confidence, like whenever you're feeling very confident in when you are remembering that memory, you touch, when you feel that feeling at the peak, that's when you touch that body part. And then that feeling becomes associated with you touching that body part. So, then whenever you need it, you can tap onto your you can touch this part again and that feeling of confidence would start to come up for you, and then you can carry that and do whatever you need to do with that situation. So yeah, so that is one technique that we carried over. And it's it's recommended to do, to associate that body part with that feeling by remembering a lot of different memories so that this becomes stronger, so that that association becomes stronger. And then when you need it, you can tap into it, you can use that resource and just you know bring whatever feeling that you want to bring to a situation. So yes, if you would like to share anything that came up for you during the practice, or how you are thinking of planning it, sorry, how you are thinking of using it, or with what feeling, if it is fun or maybe a different feeling that you would like to associate a body part of yourself with, you can share that in the comments. And if not, you can just press the heart to let me know that this practice or this new technique that we uncovered today from NLP, it just resonated with you, or yeah, or you would like to at least try it. So yeah, you can share that. Okay, so now I was thinking, should we do like one more reading, or should we, you know, do this workbook edition one more time, like spin the wheel of and choose a spin the wheel and choose a workbook for us and do another activity. Or should we spin the wheel and choose a reading for us, like, to receive a message? So you guys choose. What do you want? Like, do you want to choose from a workbook or a book? So message or activity. What do you want? Okay, Katrina would like a message. Wonderful. And other people, s- you know, maybe waiting for two more votes. Okay, Amelia would like a message. Great. So yeah, let's go with message. Yeah, I know messages are easy, or and they're also like maybe a little bit more fun because sometimes activity might feel like a lot of work. So yeah, I get it. Okay, let's see. Okay, message came up for you, Renee, as well. Wonderful. Then we are going to spin the wheel for a message. Okay. So holding whatever it is that you need, a message for, that you need guidance regarding, holding that in your mind. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. So the book that came for all of us is How to Relax. I guess we all can use some of the relaxation. We all can use relaxation. So the book has been written by Thich Nhat Hanh, and this is a very lovely series by him, like how to rest, how to love, how to stand, how to sit. And yeah, like there are a lot of these kind of books in the series, and hmm, it is pretty like wonderful. Like I will show you guys. Like let me open it. How to relax. So this is like the cover page of this book. And I'm going to give you some numbers and you guys can choose from there. Okay. So I invite you guys to choose a number between 21 to 91. Here you go. Thank you, Renee. Okay. Oh my God. 288s. Wonderful. Thank you, Katrina and Amelia. Love the alignment. A lot of double numbers, angel numbers. I'm seeing like on the screen also, I have like a lot of double numbers here. Yeah, you were in total alignment, Katrina and Amelia. Wonderful. Okay, so I am going to go with 88 now. Okay, Kenzie is also 88. Okay, something really, really wants to come out of this page. Let's see. It's so amazing, so magical. Hmm. Yeah, me too, Renee. Me too. Okay. So, first of all, let me show you a picture that accompanies this page because this book is full with pictures. Maybe you can keep this picture as a reminder in your mind as a cat, relaxing and purring in a cozy bookshelf. So, yeah, that was the picture accompanying this. Hmm. Okay. So, the title of this is Listening to the Bell. So let me go give you some context. So, in this so the author of this book is Thich Nhat Hanh, and in his community or in his um sangha or like where he lives, what the monks do is that they have a bell, okay? And every hour of the day that bell rings, and they call it the bell of mindfulness. So every time that bell rings, it is a reminder for them to notice, to become aware, to pause, both physically and mentally, and to listen. So it carries a lot of reminder. So now that I've given you the context, the author says the bell is a friend. someone who helps us come back to ourselves and become calm. We invite tranquility to manifest. With the help of the bell, our mind is collected and brought back to the present moment. We stop our thinking and talking and come back to ourselves, to our breath, and relax. As you listen, you may notice that your in breath and the out breath naturally becomes longer and more relaxed. Here is a poem for listening to the bell. Your true home means your own island, your solidarity, peace, and joy. Listen, listen. The wonderful sound brings me back home, brings me back to my true home. So, so basically, in our fast-paced world and in the burden of our to-do list, we keep on running from one thing to the next, from one place to the next, from one thought to the next, and we forget, we forget us. And these bells are, a reminder. So whenever a bell rings, we remember to take a pause, to take a breath. So to pause physically, whatever you are doing, stop. And instead of like a bell that they use, a version of it that you can use in your own home, in your own life is, like an alarm. You can set the sound of the alarm as a bell. You can set a pleasing sound as alarm. So whatever it is, so set an alarm for every hour of the day or whatever is possible for you. And whenever that bell or alarm rings, pause, pause physically, stop whatever you are doing, and then pause mentally. So instead of keeping your attention here in your mind and thinking and thinking and thinking, bring your attention to the sound of the bell, to sound of the alarm, and listen to it until it ends. So listen when the alarm begins. Listen to the pauses between the sounds. Listen to the very faint sound towards the end until it completely fades away. Because whenever we ring a bell, the vibrations of it stay and slowly fades away. So you will see the bell is like you can hear the bell for a very long duration compared to what you might have usually heard for. So stay with the sound. And in that moment, you are no more running, no more, living in your mind, but you brought your awareness to the present moment when that bell was ringing. So, whatever is happening is a part of our present moment, and you brought your awareness from thinking about the past or thinking about the future to this moment and noticing what is happening right now. What am I hearing right now? And just staying for the whole duration of that alarm or of that bell. And when it ends, you can resume your life, you can resume your work and go back to it. And it won't make a difference. That 1 minute won't crumble your whole to-do list, won't make you fall behind on all those tasks that you have to do. So, and this is a very simple practice. And that's what we need. We don't need very big tools. We just need, very simple practices that we can accommodate in our daily life, in our busy lives. Amelia says, just being in the moment. Exactly, being human. I love the saying that goes like, we are not human doing, we are human being, and we have forgotten to be. And that's what this practice can help us to remember to just be without needing to do anything and coming back to this present moment and whatever is here. Katrina says, awesome. I asked how I could not be so quick to react. Wow. Thanks. Oh, I thank you, Katrina, for sharing that. I am so happy to hear that you got what you needed. Yeah, truly magical. Now we can believe in magic. Okay. So, yeah, I hope that we did a lot of practices today. And I hope that you can take at least one and apply it into your life. Either it is, seeing yourself through the eyes of your loved one when you feel like you're not enough, maybe, or just associating a feeling with your body part so that whenever you need it, you can access it with just a tap, with just a touch, with just one reach. Or maybe this one, just incorporating a simple thing like a bell into your daily routine so that you can just be, you can pause, you can come back to the present moment. So, yeah, if you would like to share, you can share in the comments that is there any practice that you're planning to do today, that you're planning to act on and incorporate in your life today. I would love to know that, if it made any difference to you. And if anyone was new to me who was, who tuned in, um, then I would love for you to, to click on the follow button so that you can access more of my content if you, like what I offer. And to get notified of a lot many meditations that are going to come through. And I just noticed it seems like we did reached another milestone by the end of this live as it shows 1000 followers. So yeah, I am so very happy to share this moment with you when I see this number change, when I see my community growing and completing like a full circle in a way. I'm so very happy. Oh my God. I have been just so very grateful to be with you guys, really, This Wheel of Wisdom series had made me, fall in love with doing these lives, with being with you guys, with just being with all of you, it just means a lot. And you guys have given me so much love, really, with all the comments, with all the hearts, with everything that you have shared, and with your constant presence. So many people come back regularly, and it just makes me believe in the value of these lives and in the value of just being and sharing from my heart and not worrying to be perfect or to, I don't know, to have any kind of pressures and just be and enjoy the space with you guys. So, yeah, you guys made it possible. And for that, ever so grateful, really. Um, and I do have like a few announcements, especially if any one of you is joining us for the very first time. And a gift also that I share, that I give, that I offer to all the women who attend my lives and stay till the end. So, yeah, stay tuned. I am going to share that gift towards the end once I go through the comments and share, like, make the announcements. Okay. Renee is enjoying with all the emojis and the magic and the love. Leslie says, I would like to add here that though I have been on an Insight Timer for a year and a half. Yours was my first live last winter. Oh, that is so wonderful. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that, Leslie. I didn't knew that. Now it makes it extra special. Leslie says, and you inspired me to paint. Oh, a tight hug to you, Leslie. A warm, a very warm hug for you. I am so happy that, you found your expression. Or maybe you just restarted it. Hmm. I got a little bit tears in my eyes just reading that comment. I'm so happy. I'm so very happy. So yeah, Leslie says, and you inspired me to paint, which I do every day. So therapeutic. Yeah, it is. And your art is beautiful. It really is. Leslie says 6 months now. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you, Leslie, for sharing that. That is just so magical. I loved it. Renee says, yay, it was 998 and now on the 100th live. Uh, it is like 1K. I am excited for you to get this today. Oh, that is so sweet. I can feel your happiness. I can feel your excitement, Renee. That is so amazing. Samya says, hi, OMG, I'm late. That's okay, Samya. I am happy that you were able to tune in. And yeah, and you can catch on to the live, through the replay. I would, and you can share anything that you want to share in the comments in that replay. So yeah, you haven't missed out on anything. Samia says lots of love to you, Angel. Oh, that is so cute. Thank you. Thank you. And you are an angel as well. All of you are, I just feel surrounded by all of you guys, the beautiful souls, the kind souls that allowed me to be myself and to offer whatever it is that I feel called to offer. So yeah, thank you. And Leslie says, another thing is that I used to be very shy to share, and though I don't do much sharing, there is much to benefit with the collective community. It's amazing, and thank you so much for being so encouraging and real. Yeah, I have noticed, Leslie, that you have been like, you have started sharing a lot more since, you mentioned that to me that you don't feel like sharing much. And I have been loving reading every single share of yours, to read and to hear your truth. And yeah, and I'm glad that you could feel connected with this community, with this amazing community. The people on Inside Timer are amazing. And that's why, I was able to do this. That's why I was able to show up again and again, knowing that I would be seen. It's just like in the practice that we did today, that I would be seen and I would be appreciated, you know. Yeah, I'm just getting chills. Yeah, exactly. It was that practice that I would be seen by you guys who accept me for who I am, who love me, who who appreciate what I have to offer. And oh my God, I'm just feeling I'm feeling goosebumps thinking that, yeah, imagining that you guys, imagining myself through your eyes. So, yeah, so that practice I think was specially meant for me that came up. Samia says so many things affirm my faith in spiritual reality and more than this material visible one. Yeah, when we see that love and light inform, it just it just amplifies our belief. Leslie says, and I cannot say enough about your one on one to one offerings. I think I did three so beneficial. That means a lot, Leslie. I'm really touched that, I was able to offer you something. I was able to help you with something with a little thing, that you shared with me in our one-on-one offering, in our one-on-one talks. And it was amazing connecting with you really. And I was wondering, how you were doing and everything. I wonder about that, you know, about every client of mine, and because everyone is special and everyone has a story, and I just feel honored to be part of that journey, to be part of your journey, Leslie. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. Okay. Huh. Yeah, Samia, we're going to meet soon. Samia is going to speak to you soon. Can't wait for our session. It will be super enlightening, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm also excited and looking forward to what will unfold in that session and you know, how can I support you in whatever it is that you want to explore. Okay, since now two beautiful, amazing women have mentioned this, let me reveal to you the gift and I can do the announcement later. Okay, so the gift that I offer to all the women who attend my live and stay till the end is a complimentary session with me. So, if you're a woman who would be interested in having a powerful conversation with me and, grabbing this offer of a 1 hour free coaching session with me, then all you have to do is message me that Anisha, I'm interested in this. So, let me show you guys how you can message me in case any of the beautiful, wonderful women here is interested. Give me a second. Hmm. Yeah, so what you guys can do is you guys can go to my profile, okay? And once you follow me, what happens is, yeah, see the donate button appears and above it, three dots appear. So click on the three dot and go to message teacher. And here you can message me that Anisha, I am interested in that offering or in that free 1 hour coaching session. And I would be honored to be a part of your journey, to be able to guide you or support you in whatever manner I can. And yeah. And if you're wondering, should you invest your time or if, energy into it, because that's all I want, then you can read the comments, or I can promise you myself one thing, that you are going to leave with at least one powerful insight from that session with me, because that has happened with every single woman that I've worked with. So, yeah, that I can promise you. So, yeah, if you're interested, you can message me and we can schedule a session. Okay, so, and if you have enjoyed this live so far, and if you would like to support me to keep these lives going, to keep the space alive, and to continue, offering like different resources, this complimentary session or like free tracks and stuff like that, then you can support me to allow me to continue doing so by making a donation of whatever amount that you feel called to. It doesn't have to be a big amount. I always appreciate every single gesture from you guys. And because I know it means a lot, it is what has helped me reach this far, it along with all of your love and all of the lovely interaction and stuff. But yeah, so if you feel like supporting me, you can do so. And now time for some announcements. So the first announcement is that this whole live is getting recorded. So if you missed out the meditation that we did at the start, that involves, dealing with like kind of imposter syndrome or the doubts when you doubt your gifts or your ability and stuff like that. And if you would like to go back to the readings or stuff, then you can watch the replay of this live and of all the lives before this, because this is Wheel of Wisdom episode number 85. And yeah, and before this, like I have done like two more series. So before this, a series that I did was Become Your Best Self, or like, yeah, this one, yeah. The Keys to Lasting Fulfillment. So I did like 6 part series from there. And So you can access the replay as well as that series replays as well from here. You can go to my profile, go to the About section, scroll all the way down, and you will see here link tree. So in this link, I have included like a Wheel of Wisdom replay, as well as I've included that, that series, The Key to Lasting Fulfillment, The Keys to Lasting Fulfillment, as a course, as a mini course. So yeah, you can check that out. Thank you, Katrina, for this kind, generous gift. I am so grateful to receive this love from you. And I'm glad that some part of this live really touched you. Really, thank you so much. It allows me to keep, all of my content and different resources accessible for all those who need it. So yeah, you are not just supporting me, you are touching those lives, that ripple is being created by that donation of yours. And it is going to touch many, many people that you might never meet. So yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to do so. And I hope that this beautiful, abundance energy that you have sent my way, it multiplies and touches different areas of your life so they blossom. Thank you. Thank you, Samia, for the hearts. Um, yes, I was telling you about the replay. So yeah, you can, access the replay by going to the About section in the link tree. Okay. And it does take like the replays to It does take 1 hour for the replays to be uploaded on my channel. So, if you would like immediate access, then what you guys can do is you can join my group on Inside Timer. So you can search for it in the search bar in the search box. Okay, let me type the name of it. Yeah. So we are currently a community of 70 people, and I would love for each one of you to be a part of that because in that group I share like a summary of each of the lives, like the type of meditation that we did, the name of the book that we read, as well as the readings that we did. And I also like update there anything. So if a new track is getting released or if I have to like cancel a live because sometimes things happens in our life and we do. So I update everything there. So if you don't want to miss out on anything and stay updated, you can join that group. And and if you don't feel like joining, you can always just, follow me and you will receive the notifications for the newly uploaded tracks or the live events. So if in case you want to join the group, you can find the group here. You can go to my profile. You can either search it in the search box on Inside Timer, or you can go to my profile, scroll all the way down. Okay. You scroll down. So like when you will keep on scrolling, you will see at the bottom, just below the playlist, you will see my group, Wonderful Beings here. And yeah, and I am excited to see, who else becomes a part of this community. Let's see, do I have any other announcements? And yeah, if you are like if you are not a woman, then I only work one on one with women, but I do have like a lot of other offerings on my profile which you can check out. So I have like these different playlists that you can check out. There's this one, self-soothing techniques. So it involves like different emotion regulation techniques or coping strategies that therapists or coaches recommend their client to, feel grounded or centered when they are getting overwhelmed or dysregulated and stuff like that. And then there is this recent series that got released from this, Balance and Heal All Your Seven Chakras. So this involves like the meditations from this live event only, but I have included that in a separate series. And all these tracks in the series have like received 5 stars. So I hope that you will also like it. And thank you, Leslie, for this kind, loving gift. I am so grateful for it. Really, thank you so much. I hope that, all this love and all this amazing, beautiful abundance and this energy and everything that you're sharing with me, Leslie, this just ripples back to you and touches each area of your life and brings you fulfillment and joy and love and whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you would like to feel. So, yeah, that is the wish that I am sending out to the universe, that you receive more than that you have given to me and to all the others who would be supported by this donation. Thank you. Leslie, say reciprocity, my honor. Thank you so much. Samia says thank you for all your goddess vibe. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah, I guess you see yourself reflected in me, Samya. Sarah says best wishes for another 100. Thank you so much, Sarah. Yeah. Thank you, really. Okay, so yeah, I was telling you about my other offerings. Ah, um, yeah, and thank you, Sarah, for bringing that to my like. I didn't notice like 100 people have joined today. A lot of like 100s today. Okay, so yeah, so going back to the offerings that I have, the other thing that you guys can access is, and like, all the meditations that I'm releasing from this, series Wheel of Wisdom are going to be free and accessible to all because that's what is being supported by our donations. So yeah, I try to keep, a lot of content of mine free so that anyone who need it can access it. So yeah, all the tracks in this chakra series are free, and all the meditations that have been extracted from this Wheel of Wisdom series. I have created like a playlist of that here, Wheel of Wisdom meditations, and all of them are free. So you can check them out and just see which one resonates with you. And the final offering that I have in this form of playlist is like this challenge, 21-day mindfulness meditation challenge. So it involves all the free tracks, although it is getting updated. So I'm going to add more tracks on next Wednesday. So maybe if you are planning to start, you can start on next Wednesday or just go through the day 1 to 5 and then, you know, you can tune in when the tracks got released. So, yeah. And the other offerings that I have are like my courses. So I have around 7 courses on Insight Timer. So I'm just, letting you know in case you are, not a woman and you would like to receive more of my ways of expression. So yeah, I have like 7 courses. 3 are around dealing with negative thoughts, recognizing those specific thinking errors that people make that make their life miserable. And because there are certain common pattern of thinking that people indulge in that do not usually serve them. So I have like a course around that involving strategies and everything to overcome them. I have a course around dealing with negative thoughts in general and putting everything into one place using CBT, like cognitive behavioral therapy approach, as well as another course regarding identifying your limiting beliefs, the beliefs that are in the background and running your life without you knowing it. So, like the common beliefs, like I'm not good enough, I am not worthy, or I'm unlovable and stuff like that. So, yeah, you can find it that if you're feeling resistance towards working towards something, then what exactly are you believing in your mind? And so I've tried to include everything that I knew, all my tools and techniques into that course so that you can get a comprehensive course to identify and shine the light of awareness on all those beliefs. Thank you so much for all the hearts. They do encourage me to keep speaking. Yeah, so and my other courses are around like mindfulness. So I have like the course here, let me mention it. Yeah, so if you are like, if you haven't explored these courses, you can, try them. So there is this course, the Ultimate Beginner's Guide. It involves my own story with mindfulness because I say that mindfulness saved me or changed my life, and I really do mean it. It gave me hope and it meant a lot to me, especially after going through a very low period of my life. So yeah, you know. so I've included a little bit of my story with mindfulness and ways to include or cultivate mindfulness in your formal practice, like meditation, as well as in your daily life. And then I try to create like different courses on the attitudes of mindfulness. So awareness in itself is not enough because sometimes people say that I'm aware of it, that I do this or I have this pattern, but I just get more frustrated about it. So in that case, you need to include a lot many different attitudes of mindfulness in it because mindfulness alone don't go. It always comes with different attitudes like the attitude of curiosity and beginner's mind. So I designed a whole course around that here. Yeah, I'm mentioning that so in case if you want, you can, save it. So it's specifically this course specifically address how to become mindful in your life, like how to see the beauty and wonder around you in your everyday life as it is, nothing to change. So yeah, you can check this course out if you would like that. And let me share. And then the attitude of acceptance, especially if you're going through a difficult situation, so you can check this course out in that case. And at the end of this lesson, of this course, in one lesson, I have included how you can process your feelings rather than just shoving them down, suppressing them, because that is not healthy. That doesn't work in long term. So, yeah, you can check this course out in that case. And, another attitude on which I've made a course is non striving, meaning we keep on running in life after something. Like, if I get this, then I would be happy. If I get this, then I would be satisfied or fulfilled. So we set goals and we keep running after one thing, moving from one problem to next, one goal to next, and never feel satisfied or truly alive in our life. So, yeah, this is a very, very short course, like a 3-day course to help you, highlight that tendency and to shift your focus to something else that would bring in some more fulfillment to your life. So yeah, you can check out all these courses and thank you so much for all the hearts that have been keeping flowing in as I was speaking. And let me also share the courses that I mentioned related to thoughts in case you want to, check them out. So this is the course related to identifying common thinking patterns that make your life miserable in a way. Okay, you can save it. And then the other course was this using CBT. Okay. And the final course that I mentioned is this identifying your limiting beliefs. Okay. So, 108 people here, an auspicious number. So, I guess, yeah, it is, this is a wonderful point to end this live. So, again, I am. I'm deeply, deeply grateful for all of you guys who joined me on this special day, for all the lovely, lovely hearts that flew my way. Thank you so much for sharing that love. And, especially thank you to you, Leslie, Katrina, and Jacqueline, for your kind support. You guys, these gifts from you help me keep the space going. Really, it means a lot to me. It means more than you know. So, thank you so much. And I'm glad that some part of this live or what I offer touched you in some way to share, to give. And I hope that you receive more than that, than you have given today. So I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. And I will see you in the live day after tomorrow. Let me put it here. I forgot that. I always forget that. Yeah. So I will see you all on 27th, which is day after tomorrow at the same time, like 2 hours before right now. Okay. Bye bye. Take care. See you all.